Fear is the oldest control system on earth, and right now it is running wild. But when you choose joy and discernment over fear, you become ungovernable, not by rebellion, but by vibration. Hello sweet souls, welcome into this video. It's been a while since I've made a video because I've been so sick, but luckily today I have a voice and I feel like this topic is so important to be talking about right now because of what is going on in our world. When I tune into the collective energy, all I feel in my body is fear. And when I say that, I get goosebumps all over my legs, so I know this is really important to address. There is no reason to fear. You are a free soul, and no matter what happens on this earth, you are safe, you are protected, and you are divinely guided. I know that it can be really scary. I'm going to be speaking about the digital ID in particular because I think that's something that a lot of people are very afraid of right now. The mark of the beast. While I try to stay out of information like this as much as I can because I am human, and it also fills me with fear because it creates a reality, it creates a future of uncertainty of I have no idea what I would do if this were to be true, if this were to come into my actual physical reality, because I know that I am free and I do exercise my freedom, and I'm not going to allow anybody to control me or tell me what to do or tell me things that I can and cannot do, regardless of the consequence of that. And I think that's what is scaring a lot of people into potentially falling victim to something like this. Because what happens if we rebel and say no? What happens if we stand in our freedom? We have the freedom to choose what we want in our lives and what we don't. Is that going to make things difficult for us? Perhaps. But there is always a way around things. I can't mention certain things because I don't want my channel to get banned. But in 2020, there were certain things that were being forced upon the public. Whether you decided to go for it or not was a choice. And one choice was a lot harder to make than the others. But I made that choice and I decided to opt out of what was being forced upon the public. And I'm okay. I'm still here. Didn't make really anything more difficult for me except for saying no. And the reason why I said no is because my gift of discernment came online. And that is something that you're really going to need to strengthen, is your muscle of discernment. Does this thing feel true to me? Does this feel like it is in my best interest? And if the answer is no, I promise you, you're going to be able to say no. No matter what the pushback is, no matter what the consequence is, God always has a way. And when we listen to God, when we listen to our guidance above man telling us what to do, the outcome has to be amazing. Because God is so much bigger than man. God's plan is so much bigger than man's. So there is nothing to fear in that aspect. And I know a lot of people are worried about this digital ID because what if I say no and now I can't go buy food? There are going to be communities of people that say no to these things. And they're going to welcome you with open arms. They're going to be growing food. They're going to know how to grow food inside, outside, upside down. Everything's going to be okay. If you are afraid, that's exactly what the people in power are trying to do. Make you so afraid of your truth and your God that you will do whatever is necessary to make you comfortable in this world. But my baby girl, my baby boy, you are not of this world. You are in it, but you are not of it. And that means that you need to make different choices than what the people who have forgotten that are making. And you're not going to be able to convince everyone to not make those certain choices. You make them, you live by example, and you have to let go and let God. Whoever's going to make decisions that may or may not hurt their life is up to them. Because just like in 2020, when there was that divide of yayers or nayers. We had to make that choice for ourselves. At the end of the day, it affected us. And some people got more affected than others. That's something that we just have to live with. You can't pull anybody into an awakening. You can't pull anybody into a decision. You have to let them take the information and apply it to their own lives, just as you are doing. Some people aren't ready for the truth, and some people are, and some people are just scared. So when they see someone like you, maybe who is scared but making a decision anyways, it empowers them to make their own decision. And the other step of this actually came to me in my dream last night, is that joy is one of your greatest weapons. Because when you live in joy, you are so far from the vibration of fear. So it is really important right now to pull yourself out of fear. If going on social media or watching the news, which please stop, please stop falling into the fear narrative, because the news never talks about anything good. But if these things are making you feel fearful, making you feel low, making you feel like you're going to be forced to make a decision that you don't want to make, turn it off. Turn it off and connect back to self, because what that's doing, as soon as you step into fear, you are disconnected from your true self, because your true self is an aspect of God, and God doesn't fear anything. You are allowed to live in the present moment where everything is good. Nothing is bad here, everything is fine. And stop stepping into those future situations where we have absolutely no idea what's actually going to happen. Is this going to be something that rolls out worldwide? I don't know. Is this going to be something that actually makes it so that we can't go to a grocery store, or we can't drive a car, or we can't buy a home or rent a home or whatever? I don't know. I don't know, you don't know, and they don't know either, because they're banking on the masses, on the collective being scared enough to make these choices, or blind enough, or not informed enough to make the decisions to go forward with this plan that is really not good. The more awake and aware you are, the more that they can't control you. And so if you're awake and aware and you choose to be in joy instead of fear, they have no hold. So choosing things right now, following your bliss, even if it's something so small, like this warm cup of tea. I am so happy. There's noises outside that I am not enjoying, but I love this cup of tea. And when I can focus on that and and remember that every moment I can choose joy. If I drop into fear, I can in the next moment choose joy. Really brings me peace, because I am in control of that. Nobody can take that away from me. I am in control of my peace. If the world around me is up in flames and in chaos, I am that peaceful warrior in the center. This is my reality, and I choose. And I choose not to be afraid. I choose to, regardless of the external world, come back to my internal world and change the inside first. And the more of us that can focus on this, goosebumps are coming again, the more of us that can focus on this, the more that the world changes. Because as we know, as within, so without, the world we change inside has to, at some point, reflect outwards. So if you can focus on your internal world, on your joy, on your peace, on your discernment, on your truth, on your faith, that is going to change the world. You might think that you're just some small individual who can't change the world, but when you focus on that, you are changing this world. And that's a beautiful thing to remember, and that's a beautiful thing to know. So yes, sometimes these things do scare me. I will not lie about that, because it's so uncertain. It's so uncertain that literally nobody knows the outcome except for God. That being said, there is no reason to fear because God already knows the outcome. And if God is the all-knowing and the all-powerful, the light already wins. There's not a thing in this world that you need to be afraid of. Just be still and know you are safe. And know that when you choose that peace, nothing can take that away from you. I'm going to vibrationally choose to not fall into what the masses are falling into, knowing that I am safe and protected and all is well. I love you. Breathe.